An historian writing about Fayette County, Ohio, more than 100 years ago noted its fine soils and the intelligent farmers who sustained them. The deep silt loams and light clays that once supported prairie grasslands and elm and ash swamp forests today sustain Bryant Agricultural Enterprise. Heath Bryant and his cousin Kasey Bamberger are the third generation managing Bryant Ag, in partnership with their fathers. What began as a 260-acre farm 65 years ago today spans 6 counties in Ohio.
Our home farm, and where our office and shop and grain facility is at, and the surrounding 260 acres were purchased by actually Heath and I's great-grandparents. Our grandfather was the first generation farmer. His successors were Heath's father Mike and my father Mark. They both came back to the farm after high school, joined their father along with our mothers, and they started to grow the operation. Heath and I returned together. Heath is a little bit older than I am, so he started out a couple years before I did, but we both joined the partnership in 2016 and then became equal owners with our parents in 2019, along with both of our spouses, his wife Abby and my husband Brad. Basically, I manage everything on the business end of the farm, and then basically hand everything off to Heath, and then he puts all of our plans in action out with our operations crew in the field.
As is almost always true, father and son have those transitional moments.
We have I would say, a really good father-son working relationship. It was rough at first, I think, just because I was full of all kinds of energy and had all kinds of ideas and plans, and he took a little bit of time getting over the whole listen to me, slow down. But now that I have earned, I guess I would say, some respect, and he's seen some of my decisions that have worked, it's made it easier for us to communicate together. And now just here it's almost like he shows up and wants to know what he's to do today, versus when I used to show up and it was like, hey, what are we doing today, Dad?
Kasey long felt the draw of the farm.
Yeah, so I decided in high school that I wanted to return to our operation, and actually it was pretty heavily discouraged by my father, not necessarily because they didn't want to welcome me back, but more so I think agriculture is very cyclical, and it was more around they knew the likelihood was that Heath was going to return, and would the farm be able to support that many families. And finally, I guess one day convinced my dad the apple doesn't fall very far from the tree, and I think we're both pretty stubborn, which he would probably agree with that, that this is what I wanted to do.
Being a family member didn't carry much weight when Kasey and Heath returned to the farm. Their fathers placed them under the mentorship of trusted, longtime employees.
We both, I guess, just kind of boots on the ground, worked really hard at first, and I think we did 2 things really well. We respected each other's talents, but we also respected each other's weaknesses, and I think we offset each other in a lot of ways. And we've tried to surround ourselves with a lot of people that balance us well and allow us to continue to farm the acres that we're farming, but do it in a way that our grandfather did when he was able to physically see and touch and be on every single acre.
Heath and Kasey believe that investing in people is what delivers success to Bryant Agricultural Enterprise.
I think our mindset when it comes to finding good employees is, we try to be a place, try to allow us to offer a place to work that we would want to show up to every day.
Word of mouth and family members in our family has gotten us to where we're at. We've got so many guys that work for us that are related or intertwined through friends somehow. And I think that says a lot when you got guys that have been here for a long time and they're wanting their sons to come in here and work, or their daughters to come work. So that says something, that their workplace must be, really, really comfortable for them, and they must be happy.
So too, investing in technology and a full-time data analyst.
We can't manage 140 or 50 fields just off of memory and where are they at. So that's something that has made it's impossible for me to do without. I have to have that platform where I can pull up the field, see what's going on a computer screen or my phone through apps now, and it just makes it so much more efficient. And then the same thing on the inventory side, we're able to track our inventory a lot easier and a lot more efficient that way. I think a lot of guys took a little longer to get to that point, but we've realized that it's something that is huge, that really drives this farm.
And as the operation changed and we brought on new technologies, traction as one of them, we started introducing some of the new screens in our equipment and really trying to do some more R&D, our own research and development on farm with some partner companies. It was just to be transparent, it was taking up a lot of our time, and it became a full-time position. We were collecting all this data, and then we weren't really doing a whole lot with it. Jeremy's been with us for 12 or 13 years. He started out as an operator with Heath. He was somebody that had planted, harvested, sprayed, spread fertilizer. He'd done everything, and so he understood the operator standpoint.
The ethic that established Bryant Agricultural Enterprise is the foundation that sustains it today.
The biggest thing is I don't want to get so big that we overwhelm ourselves. I think that's what a lot of guys get to a certain point where they think they just have to get huge real quick. And sustainable growth is what we've always been doing, or what we've always done, and that's what we want to continue to do.
The goal would be that we would become a better business tomorrow than what we were today and what we were yesterday. Our grandfather founded our farm on integrity and loyalty and trust and respect and being a good steward of the land, and that will always come first.